It's the Love Summer Art series. Remember, when searching for the lovely artists, you will put in hashtag Love Summer Art. Welcome to my Love Summer Art series, and I'm going to be doing a sunset. And so I started out with a Phthalo Blue by the DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics, and you'll see what I'll be doing here in a second. Just going across the paper with it, and you'll see I'm going to be using my spray bottle because I'm kind of wetting it down a bit. Even though fluid acrylics are not as opaque as a regular acrylic paint, I still wanted to kind of add a little more water to it to kind of give it sort of a watercolor effect, but not quite. And you'll see how I'm going to blend this down with some other paints. And I'm adding a little more till I get the effect I want. Now I'm using I believe it was the Quinacridone Magenta. I'm making a sunset. You know when you get a sunset that's got almost like violet in the sky, orangish colors, yellowish colors. That's what I'm trying to capture in this one particular sunset. It's an inspiration from a photo that I took when I was in Maui about, oh gosh, it's been probably about 6 years now since I went to Maui in Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands, and I took a picture that was just absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm adding in some more Quinacridone Magenta to this. In fact, I think what I used, I know what I used first, was the Quinacridone Violet. Then I used the Quinacridone Magenta. So that's what you see me using. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but oh well. So I'm just blending with my brush. I'm using a filbert brush. I like the way it helps to blend the paint better on my paper, and I did use the DecoArt gesso on this paper before I started. Next I am using I think it was the red color. I can't remember the name of it now, sorry guys. Oh no, I think I used the Vermillion, DecoArt Vermillion. And I'm just playing with colors. I'm really experimenting. I'm not a landscape artist, I've never been, so this is kind of out of the box for me in some ways, but the only way you can learn is by experimenting. And I'm using the Vermillion, so whatever color was before that, I will list it in the description. I'll have to find it later after this narration. So I'm just painting in a sunset, the sun, part of the sun that's setting in the background off, where the horizon line might be. And you'll just see me playing with different colors as I'm doing this. I'm adding a little more water to help with the blending as well as the effects I'm trying to capture here. Now I've gone in and I'm using the Hansa Yellow medium It's also the DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics that I'm using on this one. So I'm adding a little bit of yellow colors to this. And I'm just blending it in lightly with the other colors. Just getting it in there. I'm just kind of pulling the other paint up with it, kind of. Went back in and I was using a little more of, I think it's Quinacridone Red I was using, or the Magenta, I'm not quite sure. But like I said, I will come back in and list the colors by, I guess, by the way I added them here. Adding a little bit more of the vermilion to it. And I'm adding a little more of the yellow, the Hansa Yellow medium. Stepped away for a minute because I was looking for another color to use on this, and the color I was looking for is actually interference gold, it's called. It's kind of a metallic fluid gold is really what it is, but it adds a really cool effect so that when you look at it in the light, in different lighting situations, it changes the direction of the light, the way it's casting on the painting. So it really gives it a cool effect. And I went in and added a little bit more of the Hansa Yellow. And I went in with a little more of the Quinacridone Magenta. So then I went ahead and I added some more of the interference gold, which is also by DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics. So I'm going lightly over the sun part of it and adding a little bit to the sky. Then I went back in and I added a little bit more of the Quinacridone Magenta in the sky. Then I came back in and I'm adding some more of the, I believe it was the Quinacridone Violet. Or no, it was actually, I'm sorry, the Quinacridone Magenta, I believe. just kind of going over and blending a little more with the sky. Then I started with the thicker acrylics, and I began with, well, first I was going to use the thicker acrylics, and then I decided I was going to use one of the fluid medium by DecoArt paints, acrylic paints, and I started out with the Phthalo Blue. I just added a little directly onto the paper, and I'm going ahead and I think, yeah, I needed to dry my brush off because I had put it in the water, and so I got a piece of paper towel to dry it off a little bit before I added more on here. So then I went in and I used some ultramarine blue, and I lightly blended it in with the phthalo blue that I had used, and I added some more water because I kind of wanted to give it more of a watercolor effect by making them a little less opaque by watering it down a little more. Then I added some of the thicker acrylic paint, which was the Desert Turquoise. And that's the Americana Desert Turquoise that I was using. So then I'm adding the titanium white. It's DecoArt's Tradition Artist Acrylic Paint in the titanium white for the waves. And I'm using, I'm using a semi dry brush, not quite wet, not quite too dry either, for the waves. And this is where I'm going to leave you. And so this will be part 1 of I Love Summer Art series, and stay tuned for part 2, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye. thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please throw me a like and or subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Ciao, bye, au revoir, adios. Have a wonderful day.